Every now and then I like to go onto Google and look up really philosophical and complicated questions like why do we exist? Where are we? What happens when we die? And it's not like I'm looking for some, you know, it's not like I'm looking for the truth when I go onto Google and search those things. Really, what I'm doing is uh, just taking a look at a very broad scale because, the results you get from searching those questions comes up with the most renowned, popular theories towards that question. And I'll look it up and I'll see, what the masses think happens when we die and what the masses and scientists think is the reason why we're here and what the scientists think reality really is, And I come to see that what we have came up with, that's just it, what we have came up with is nothing more than mere speculation applied onto this experience we're having. And sometimes when I'd search those questions and, see what we all think, it would be a scary feeling because nobody knows. Nobody knows what is happening, what this reality is, and what is actually going on. And the questions that you are able to ask seem unanswerable. And we all try to find out these things, find out why we're here. Why are we here? Think about it for a second. Or where is the universe? Or what happens when we die? A question like that, where is the universe? Or something like what happened before the Big Bang? You're not allowed to ask those questions because they are illogical. They don't make sense. No, they make complete sense. And what doesn't make sense is your speculation. If you can't include every single question there is coming at you toward your speculation, what truth is your description? Oh, you can't ask me that question. Why not? Why not? I say what happens before the Big Bang and they say you can't ask that question. Well, it's a serious question. How can the Big Bang, how can it, where did it take place? In what medium did the Big Bang occur? And when do you bring conscious attention of this medium into the picture? Where is that? Where is it? You know what I mean? You're not allowed to ask that question. Everything we believe in, we confuse it with reality. But we've forgotten that we made all this shit up. We made this all up. And like I was saying earlier, I'm not somebody that performs physical experiments and scientific experiments. I just believe in the people that do. As do a lot of people in the world. They didn't do experiments to figure out that gravity was a thing. They got older and they were told what gravity is. And hey, you're stuck to the ground and things would come down. You're told how things are and what reality is. Who do you ask? Who tells you what reality is? And why aren't they wondering? And how do they know? Because if they can know, you should be able to know, so why are you wondering? What did they do that you're not doing? They're following physics. They're spiritual. They're materialist. They're non-dualistic. Whatever it is, they individually think they know what reality is. And they'll use wording to include the other speculations of reality, to make their perspective of reality and speculation of reality seem more wholesome, viable, and applicable. Like, you have two sides. One hates the other hates that side, and then you got your side. You're okay with both. Oh, you just one-upped them. Your side must be better because you're okay with both of them. You know, you're better. You found a better way to do it, you know? Where do you put your trust? Where is the answer? What, you know, when you think about what is reality, it depends. Now, what does that tell you about reality? That what you think reality is a judgment of something. Now, what's that thing you're judging? What are you judging? What are the scientists and physics and physicists and psychologists, what are they judging? What are they analyzing? When you look at an orange, what is that? What is that? Oh, it's an accumulation of atoms. Oh, it's sensory perception. Visual and tactile and gustatory sensation. Oh, it's nature. It's a fruit. It's an orange. No. What is this? What is that? You know? It's all just shots in the dark. Towards everything. And you get comfortable and you settle down with different shots in the dark because none of us know. You think finding a pattern, when we find a pattern, we think our theory is therefore justified and true because you could overlay your description onto that pattern that appeared. This is something scientists and physicists, you know, that's where and even psychologists, that's where the rush comes from, is aha, you know, a pattern. I was right. That's how reality actually is. What does it tell you when there's different descriptions of reality? And what does it tell you when they match in believability? And what does it tell you that you can choose what reality is and how you see reality? This isn't a stable thing. This isn't an actual thing going on. You know? This isn't physics. This isn't psychology. This isn't spirituality. This isn't nature. You know, those are all our ideas towards this living mystery that we're all experiencing. And all, at the end of the day, have no fucking clue as to what it is. And we don't realize or remember that aspect, that we don't know fucking really anything, because we're so comfortable and attached to our descriptions and ideas and speculations that are trying to ward off that feeling of not knowing. You know? When you don't know something, it's an uncomfortable, scary, irritating feeling that you don't know. Or it could be exciting. It could be exciting that you don't know in a certain context. But you feel the obligation to extract this meaning, the real, raw, true meaning from what's going on. And we do it in all these different routes. You know? Like, I can see this whole reality as physics. It makes sense. It makes sense, that these are atoms, and they're vibrating so fast that you can't poke through them, and I am an organism rather than a static, apparently non-living piece of the world, and I am something that grows. I am something that grows and needs to sustain itself. I can see reality as perception, senses, mere just light through the visual cortex, sound through the eardrums, feelings through the tactile sensations all over your body, the sense of your thoughts going on, being aware of your thoughts. And that brings me to the next channel. I can see this whole reality as just this field of awareness. Just this field of awareness. And that's where I usually find myself residing, is in an unnamed, just happening. Just an experience happening. And there is no speculation in that, in awareness. When you are just aware of the experience, there is no speculation. But when you speculate on awareness, it pulls you further away from the awareness of the experience going on, Like when I look at an orange and ask what an orange is, does there seem to be something weird there? Like I don't know if this is the right word, but a juxtaposition of what's going on and you thinking about what's going on. Call it a separation. I'm holding the orange, and something wonders what it is. Is it me that's wondering what it is? Am I wondering what this orange is? Or could wonder be like thoughts? And that those thoughts are more prominent in some people compared to others, where when you observe the experience of reality, the thoughts of wonder of what it is, or why, or how, or where, or, whatever, arise like thoughts. And you get so frustrated because you think you're wondering. You think you're trying to figure out reality. I need to figure out reality. What do I do to figure out this question? Who am I? Where are we? What is reality? Any of these there's a period of my life where and it's kind of a brief period, where just the whole idea of questioning things and oh, what is life? Oh, it was like a joke, or like a metaphor for a type of person that is all goo goo gaga about just this normal experience. This is very normal. You know what I mean? This is just reality. We're here, And that's how I was at the time. And I'd hear, or think of what is reality, or what is existence, or who am I, and be like, oh, there we go again with that type of, dialogue. And it was something you pushed away. But there came a point in my life where I actually started wondering that. And when I heard it, I actually was asking you know, what is this? You know, who am I? Why are we here? And what follows is silence, I don't know. Some people think they know. And that's when they've got a really solid, set in stone, big paragraph of what reality is. And it's memory. You remember it and how it ties into everything. And you hold that sign up when somebody asks you what reality is. But man, through in my experience of perspectives of reality, not a one holds ground. Not a one holds itself above the other. They all crumble away into this same just aspect of reality. The thing in here that thinks about what reality is. What is all this? Oh, I think I know what it is. This is what it is. This is why it's what it is, because it ties into everything and it makes sense. See, it must be how reality is. You didn't just do something. You didn't just figure it out. You didn't just learn how reality is. Your thoughts are thinking about reality. Still. And if you become stagnant from thinking you know how reality is, it's going to get tough. It's going to get tough. Especially if you have a conversation with somebody who speculates your speculations. And that doesn't happen to people a lot. Because we are all just that side, that side, that side, that side, or that side. And we usually don't talk together because we don't get along, because he thinks reality is like that, and that's not actually how it is. That's it right there. You know, like imagine sitting an atheist down with a Christian, you know. They both mutually think each other are so ignorant. What does that tell you? Who's right? If you believe in atheism, oh, the atheist is right. She's whack. If you've been Christian and are a solemn Christian, oh, poor man. Poor atheist, non-believer, you're going to hell. That's so sad. Bless you. Who's more accurate? Who's on the right track? Is there a right track? Can you learn about reality in the right way? Can you learn about how reality actually is? Physics usually thinks that's how reality actually is when they speculate on something, because a pattern pops up. And they're able to tie in their descriptions of that pattern. Well, they're able to tie in their descriptions and speculations of reality onto that pattern. And that's the aha. That's the aha, when everything clicks, everything ties together. But once again, you didn't just do something. You didn't just figure out how it is. You might make other people think they've figured out how it is. You might make yourself think you've figured out how it is. You know, this leads me to the question, what is knowing? What is knowing the answer? Like, when I say, what is this? And you say, it's a cup of water. Is that right? Are you dead on? Is that what it is? And I'm like, no, I know that. That's obvious, but like, what is a cup of water? Oh, well, it's plastic and with water in it. Molded plastic with water in it. But like, what is that? What is molded plastic? Right here in front of me. What is this experience of molded plastic and this experience of water? Atoms, sensations, feelings. What's it made of? Is it made of material? Because you can feel it? You know, you think your thoughts aren't materials because you can't feel your thoughts? Or your emotions aren't materials because you can't feel your emotions in the way you feel materials? To me, it's all happening in this, like I said earlier, this field. And it's not like it's a field of 6 senses or 5 senses or whatever. Another shot in the dark. All that covers everything. Sight, smell, feel, hear, taste, touch. Done. That's reality right there. That's reality. To me, it just comes off as this experience. And it's so weird that there's constructs, mental just flowing thought that thinks it's the experiencer. It's the one it's all happening to. It's the one that's wondering what all this is. Hold on. Am I that aspect that's wondering? Or am I what that aspect is applied to? You know, what are you talking about when you ask about reality? Or where we come from? Where do we come from? What do you mean? Doesn't it just show you how not well put together our descriptions of reality are? You know, from the moment you're born, you're being told who you are, your name, and these are your parents, and, you know, first you're being cradled and babied, and then you're being shown how to do things, and then you're being told to do them and helped doing them, and then you're being punished for not doing them, and then you're being told how this is and told how that is, and don't do this, definitely do that. And by the time you're like 10 years old, reality is a certain way. You are somebody experiencing reality. And yes, you haven't necessarily sat down and wondered yourself. You've just gone with it. And you can't blame a 10-year-old for just going with it. But there comes a time when you wake up and you look at your experience and you hear what you've been told. And you start to wonder, is that how it is? Is that really how it is? A lot of people experience this with religion, first off, in their life. Religion just pumped down their throat ever since they were a child. And 14, 15 years old, they're like, you know, my parents are like buying into this thing, and it just feels like this like fab or idea that they're trying to pump into my head, and I don't believe it. I don't think that's how reality is. I go by my day-to-day life without thinking that every single day, and I don't think that's how it is, and that's where a lot of people start off in comparing their take on reality to what they've been told reality is. Like I was saying earlier, there comes a time when you start to wonder yourself, okay, who am I? I'm Devin. What my parents call me, what everybody around me calls me. This is Devin. Oh no, that's too surface level. Okay, I'm a human. I'm a human being. But who is that? Or what is it? What is a human being? Biology, nature, light, vibration, atoms. Isn't it kind of weird how everybody feels like they're experiencing their own being, their own person? But if you look at it above, from overhead, it all looks the same. Because if you're talking with somebody, to them they see you, but to you, you see them. And you know that they're not having your experience, and they know that they're not having your experience, but there you are, mutually having an experience together with different aspects and intensities of different things. If you ask yourself, what is reality? Who am I? Where do we come from? What happens when we die? Listen, as all you hear is the echoes of what you've been told. Doesn't that strike you a little weird? Is it you thinking? Is that really what you think reality is? What pops up when you think about the question? I'll be right back. Having a big old deep talk. Gotta stay focused. See, like right now, what am I doing? Am I speculating on reality? Am I pretending to be a teacher? Am I doing something good for myself? Am I driving myself mad? What am I doing? What is this? What is happening? All the different applications you can put towards it too. Is this right? Is this wrong? Is this good? Is this bad? Is this safe? Is this dangerous? Will I die? Who's wondering all that? Me. I'm wondering all that. Who's me? Is me atoms? Is me a sensation? Is me nature or physics? It must be psychology because it's in your brain and it's a thought form and in a sensation of the sensation of self, as a psychologist would tell you. Oh, it's your sense of self, your ego. Who's aware of that? You are. I'm aware of me. Who knows that? Oh, you're just being you're being complicated. I'm being complicated? Because I'm not asking the same question over and over again. If you hear the same question over and over again, you're not wondering every time I ask it. You think you know the answer, so I'm being complicated. You know, I felt kind of like I was like spiritually bullying this guy the other day through Instagram. And he would, you know, I could try to justify it by saying, like, he was being rude in the comments on this post I saw, like, just blatantly rude. And just this, you know, rascal in me. I commented to him, I said, "Who are you?" And he says, and the post was related to Jesus Christ and his existence and all that. He said, "I'm a human, just like Jesus Christ was." I say, yeah, you know, forget about all that. Obviously you're a human, but who are you? You know, you in big caps. And he says, "I'm a person that sleeps very little." Didn't know what that was related to. And I said, "Now that person that sleeps very little, who is that?" And he says, "Me." I say, "That me you speak of, who is that?" And he starts saying, like, "What do you want to know, my name or something?" And that's when I started to recognize just being a spiritual bully. You know, I'm taunting his psychology with my psychology and how I think about things, and clearly he doesn't understand what I was denoting to or the game I was playing with him. But aside from all the, you know, right and wrong, I was being mean, I shouldn't have done that, look at what he said. Look at how he just couldn't tell me who he was. Nobody can. I can't tell you who I am. All I'll give you is labels. That's not who I am. Because, you know, here I am. Here's me. But I can't tell you what that is. It's not my name. It's not my body. It's not my species. It's, you know what I mean? Who are you? The you that's thinking about that question, who is that? Who is that? That's the you I'm talking about. And it doesn't always have to be about the sense of self, about the ego. What is the external world? Where is the universe? Where is space? That'll dissolve your ego in the same way. In the same fucking way. Where is this all taking place? The whole universe, the whole observable universe. Where is that? Where is that taking place? Why has it got to be so big? Or apparently big? And if it's infinite, where the fuck is it? You know? Does that question click? Do you see the weirdness? Do you see the lack of true understanding we have towards what our situation right now? It's either infinite or it stops. Either one mutilate my mind. Because, like, edge or no edge? What is happening? You know, where, why, how? Maybe when you were in English class and you learned the who, what, when, where, whys, those are the best damn questions you can ask to a certain extent. Because you get to a point where you're just being obnoxious. You don't question your answers. You question your questions compulsively over and over again. Oh, what is reality? What is reality? No, that's not reality. What is reality? Oh, you don't know what reality is. Well, what's reality? Oh, you don't know. Well, what is it? That's not looking into reality. You don't even need to ask the question. It's the sensation, of, what is this? And you sit back and you experience it. And that's all you ever get. What it is, the experience of it. And you ask what that is. That's why it seems silly to ask what an orange is. But it's only silly on a certain level. It stops being silly when you realize the nature of perspective. I'm gonna plug my phone in. There we go. I can make it really simple for a moment. An argument that's like two realities like warping together. Fighting, clashing. I'm right, you're wrong. Once again, what does that say about reality? Subjective opinionation through conditioning, cultural conditioning. I don't even know if opinionation is a word, by the way, but you got the point of it. And see, that's how reality works. I just made up the word opinionation. Opinionated. I'm opinionated. We're all opinionated. What is reality? It's an opinion. You can dive into every single answer you get. And that's a little unsettling at first, because it's like, it's just you going through the process of realizing you really don't know. You really don't know who you are, or what reality is, or what happens when you die, or why you were born, where you were before that, where the whole universe is taking place. Any of that stuff, the fear and unsettling sensations you have towards the question, when you really start wondering, is you just going through the process of recognizing the lack of knowledge and understanding that there really is towards the situation. And that creates a medium for new perspectives to be born. Okay, I don't know. I'm a Gnostic now. There you go. That's another one. What is reality? We don't know. That feels pretty good. That feels pretty solid. Pretty relatable and viable too. I mean, damn, I don't know. I don't know what reality is. Am I a Gnostic? Are Gnostics right? How do you know? How do we know? The thing with Gnosticism is they know they don't know. How do they know that part? What if secretly we do know? And what we're looking for, we're trying to literally produce or manifest something that doesn't exist. Bang! Here's reality. All of reality. Yeah, but why? What is it? What's inside of it? We're just these opinionated monkeys. Opinionated monkeys. Having the same experience as the entire rest of the universe. But we're wondering, or we know, or I'm right and you're wrong, or, you know, where do we start to catch on to the fact that we're feeding ourselves bullshit by the spoonfuls? I mean, if what you're looking for is comfort, sure. Don't question a thing. Just ride down the conveyor belt of what you're told to do until you die. And what you're told reality is. But if you have that feeling that the way we're making things out to be just isn't exactly, doesn't really seem like it, don't push that away. Don't push that away, because you're starting to look into your true nature that's admitting it doesn't know, that's recognizing its situation. We deny and push away a lot of our situation daily, lifely, our whole lives. I can't imagine, well, I can, but it's just far out and morbid to imagine someone that was stuck in a perspective until they died. You know. Because to me, reality is such an amorphous thing. Such a dancing, fluid, changing, vibrating. Why? Who? What? Where? How? That's your ego in the moment. All those questions appear. Oh, geez. I spilled coffee all over myself. I could get really, really angry if I wanted to. Those questions appear in the silence of the moment. Who? Me. Why? Because. How? Like this. Where? Right here. When? Now. And that's just obvious. That's just obvious. But that doesn't seem to suffice. Coffee hands. Can you choose what you think reality is? Or is your, like, willed perspective of reality forced down your throat in all situations? You know? And this willed perspective changes, but you think that you can just sit there and flip-flop how reality is and what reality is, and oh, nobody's right. Oh, he's right. This field is right. Oh, this is a beautiful, just conscious experience. But held above that, oh, this is all atoms. This is all psychology and senses. It's all materials. But held above that is this thing that's going, maybe. You don't know, though. And a lot of people don't like to admit that. Or a lot of people have forgotten or, snubbed out that thing that hovers above their perspective of reality and says, that ain't it, Chief. We snub it out. Or we argue with it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, this is why. Can't you see here? Point to reality. My brother says that a lot. Point to consciousness. Where is it? It's such a wide spectrum, the moment. As Ram Dass says, the moment is more than enough. It's almost disorienting how much is really coming out of the moment right now, right now, right now. The future, it's coming, and it's here, and now more future's coming. Here's that one, and now more future's coming. And the past, oh, a little bit ago, oh, now, and then a little bit ago, a little bit ago, a little bit ago. The moment, it's a little, we think the moments are seconds. The moment is seconds. No. I mean, maybe. I don't know. But it seems fluid. It seems eternal, ongoing, constant. Is there really 3 categories to the experience you're having right now? Past, present, future. And are they all constantly... you see what I'm saying? Are you moving through time? Or do you just think you're moving through time? Do things take a long time? Or do they just not do that thing you're waiting for? Which is where it feels like, oh, that took a long time. When you wait for the moment, it never comes. It takes time. When you wait for the future, it never comes. It takes time for the future to get here. But is it really ever here? Is it ever tomorrow today? Hit me up when it's tomorrow. And that doesn't mean today. When it's tomorrow and you hit me up saying, hey, it's tomorrow, no, it's not. Because you'd be illiterate. It'd be today. I'm getting a little excited here talking about all this shit. And I don't believe a single thing I'm saying. That's the unsettling part about all this. It's all just bleh. How do I know I don't know? If I don't know, why do I know that? I think I don't know. Thinking is an aspect of reality. One of them. One little aspect of it. And that's usually where you reside. I don't know. I don't know. But that's a thought. Like in an ocean of waves. This one right here. I don't know. What's the wave in the front? What's reality? I don't know. Oh, okay, oh, whatever. Oh, this is what reality is. Oh, I'm hungry. And then you're gone. Back into thoughts. We live in our thoughts. We are reality, but think we're our thoughts. We are reality, but think that reality is thoughts. Reality is an accumulation of vibrating molecules. Reality is an amalgamation of senses, filtered through the brain. Reality is an experience. It's a pretty good one. Pretty down to earth. Reality is Shiva. Reality is space. The laws of physics. Space and time. No. Get rid of all that and look at reality. Now, what is that? Forget the thoughts. In your experience, what is that? Don't just attach to a thought form, because you'll forget about the experience you're having and dive right into a thought form. Stay right with reality and ask. And reality itself answers in all the aspects, not just thought, which is where we think true meaning and understanding is derived. What's up, guys? If you've stuck around this long, I'm not going to cut that out, because it's reality. But thank you for watching. And I hope you wonder what reality is. Because it's good to wonder what reality is. Don't get compulsive, though. Don't drive yourself mad. Just sit back, observe reality, let go of what you've been told it is, and see for yourself what it is. Actually see it, and feel it, and be with it, and experience it. So again, thank you all for watching, and I will be back with more.